Hey there, it's Will Shannon here, and listen, I love food just as much as you do, if not maybe even more, who knows. But I want to tell you something, that your taste buds were set up to trick you. Now, your taste buds give you a pleasurable feeling. They release chemicals that make you and I feel phenomenal. And so I'm all for enjoying food. In fact, when I was younger, I didn't have a piece of ice cream or chips for I think 6 or 7 years. And I looked wonderful, but I was miserable. And I was miserable probably for a few different factors. But one of those is I didn't learn to enjoy food. So as I've matured, I've learned food's there to be enjoyed, but not to be overindulged. And one thing at the moment is everyone's into raw vegan desserts, think it's healthy when it's stuffed full of sugar. In most cases, a natural sugar like agave, but it's still 95% sugar. Juicing is phenomenal. Juicing is kind of one of those man-made things, and juicing is a little bit unique because it doesn't occur in nature. So normally you'd expect that your taste buds are based on what you find in nature that's good for you. And by the way, companies have been using this to trick you for decades and years. Companies have always basically wanted to fool you into thinking their food tastes better by putting chemicals into the food so that you think it tastes better when really it's really, really bad for you. So outside of that, when I talk specifically about juicing, juicing is a way to concentrate all the nutrients into liquid and just get the nutrients. It's a phenomenal concept, and I wholeheartedly support it, and I don't want you to undervalue this. Now, you've probably heard a lot about fiber, but if you actually Google fiber and you have a look into fiber, fiber's got no nutrition. Fiber's got nothing. All fiber does is help things move through the bowel. It gives stuff a bit of thickening. So when you're juicing, you're taking away the fiber, the stuff with no nutrition, and you're liquefying nothing but nutrition. And you might say, Will, my bowels aren't going to move without fiber. You know what, if you're healthy, they actually do. And there are some herbs you can take to increase fiber as well. But when it comes to juicing, in the old days, natural health, we would juice for 3 days, 7 days, 30 days or more when someone was really sick. And me and my friends have done this, and you lose a ton of weight, you feel phenomenal, the toxicity comes out, because digestion takes the more amount of energy than nearly anything in the body. And everything you eat, it doesn't mean that you're actually going to assimilate it. And so juicing makes things really easy to assimilate. Now, I'll give you a caveat. I'm going to put something in the box below, foods I recommend you juice. I don't recommend you juice a lot of high sugar fruit. You can do this in moderation, but I'm not one of these fruitarian people. I'm not from the school of thought that you have nothing but fruit juice for 30 days. I'm absolutely from the school of thought that you use fruit in moderation. So I'll encourage you to build your juices like this: carrot and apple, 50%. Then everything else: cucumber, beetroot, carrot, lemon, ginger, garlic, zucchini, I don't care, broccoli. You can put anything in there, but you build from apple and carrot, and then eventually you take out apple, and then eventually you start minimizing carrot until your taste buds shift. It's all the little parasites and microorganisms in you that crave a lot of this sugar, and because of our unhealthy lifestyle, we end up craving all these bad things. Now, I will give you another caveat, and that's if you want to learn to eat delicious food that's phenomenal for you, there's going to be we're going to cover that in another module as well. So you're going to learn how to eat really healthy. I'm going to talk about food combining a number of things, but I want you to know right now, if you need to get food, quote unquote, into you, basically putting it into the form of a liquid with the nutrients still inside is one of the most easiest ways to digest, one of the most easiest ways to assimilate, and it's going to set you up for every success. So please go ahead, look at the suggestions that I put below this. And if you're very sick, I learned from Dr. Richard Schultz, he used to use a gallon of juice a day. That's 3.7 litres. I don't recommend you need to start with that much, but you have to get juicing every day. Come what may, come what may, come what may. It doesn't matter if it's a green juice like Dr. Robert Young popularized a few years ago from Utah. That's everywhere. Everyone's into green juices. And my fear with green juices is that as I record this, everyone's into it, but I'm very fearful it's a trend that's going to pass, and then we're going to see something else. Greens and chlorophyll is really what things are based on. So there's a reason why he recommended green juices with healthy plant-based oils. So go ahead, juice, and more juice, and then we'll talk about how to make food delicious on an upcoming tape. See you soon.